All right, hi everybody. I wanted to do kind of almost like a video as we evaluated the technical activity 1. So the thing is, well, just to remember, we're going to recap. So we're testing light ratios, but we also wanted to make sure that in order to do this project that you are on the shadow side of the cube. And that's what we've done. We've kind of set up right over here so that we have a clear shadow side and a light side. So the way that we're doing this is without a light meter. So we wanted to set up and get an established reading. So our reading on this side is 1/350th at f8 at ISO 100. On this other side, our baseline reading is 1/30th of a second at f8 at 100 ISO. The reason we wanted to do that because we wanted to know what the difference is of these two sides so that we could make a decision on when to add light and when to take it away, because that's what this project is about. It's about making decisions based off of the lighting situation. And in a sense, this is a summary of what the course is. So what we've done is we've set this up, and then now we want to either add light or subtract light based off of what our ratios need to be. Now, some of you all had a problem with ratios itself, and just remember that ratios, I think really we understand the separation, the contrast between the shadow side and the light side, the idea of it. But when we start talking about ratios, we don't know, say for instance, what is 2-to-1? Well, 2-to-1 is 2 times the light of, like, on the key side than the shadow side, right? So it's 2 times the light, so 2-to-1. And so sometimes we get confused or we get concerned about those types of things, and so hopefully we can kind of remedy some of that by going through the project together. So we're gonna kind of go through the ratios that Tori has chosen, and then we'll do our readings. So Tori also chose, some of you all may choose 16-to-1, and we chose 1-to-1, and then the other mandatory ones are 2-to-1, 4-to-1, and 8-to-1. Now, can I see your paper? So the thing to remember, right, we've got a kind of a cheat sheet here. So you've got 0 stops at 1-to-1, right? So that would mean that we need to add light because we have a 6.5 stop difference caused by the sun right now. So that means that we're actually really, really close to 8-to-1 because we're 3.5 stops. So maybe that's the first thing that we should do. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to add half a stop of light in order to get up to 8-to-1 in our shadows. So we'll do that. So I'm gonna be the assistant because I feel that if I hold the reflector, then that allows Tori the ability to make the to take the reading. I also have a light meter, boop, boop, boop. And my light meter is has 2 different functions, right? We have the incident meter and we also have reflective, so it works kind of like you all's cameras do. So I don't know, we might do that. I don't know. Let's do that. I'm just gonna check along with Tori as she goes along, and then we're at f8, so I'm in control for that. And then I'm gonna change my ISO to, your ISO is at 100, right? Okay, cool. All right, so let me see. Hold on, everybody. No, I don't like that. All right, cool. All right, so I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna pause it, and then I'm gonna set up the light. Well, no, I won't. You're just gonna have to kind of like roll along cop style. Okay, so let's start with the white foam core, and then you're gonna take the readings, and I'm gonna fill in light. Okay, so now I'm opposite of the camera. The camera's right there, Tori's right there, and I'm gonna fill in light. And so what I'm trying to do is, you'll see I'm opposite of the sun. So I am filling in. Oh, look at that. That was a good one. All right. So the light is over us. So you'll see that sign, the side, and I've kind of changed that. So what you're gonna have to do is come off of the tripod, and then we're gonna have to kind of check this side again. Well, I think we're good. So we know we're at 1/350th of a second, and so on this side we just want to be what is, so then the question is, what is one stop below 350th second? Well, not one, yeah, one stop. And I don't know that in my head, you all. So you're gonna do 2 clicks. So if you go up to 350th, that would be a cheating, like we can just cheat. So go to 350th and then go down by 2 clicks.
Okay.
And then what we're gonna do is just try to fill in light until that's 2 stops over the over middle gray.
Okay.
So let me know when you've gotten 2 clicks below 350th of a second, and let me know what that is too.
There. Hold on. Let's see. 125.
Okay, so just 2 clicks is that? Because that's just one. Well, actually, it's funny, you got half stops, so we need half stops because we need to be half a stop below, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's right under 350th?
What's right under 350?
Yeah, because one click on the one thing.
Okay, 1 click is 500.
Oh no, that's up. So we need to go down.
Got it. 250?
Okay, 250. That's just 1 click?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So we want to fill this in until it is 2 stops over middle gray, because what we did, you all, is we measured for white. So we used white instead of using a mid-tone because you want this to show up as white. So how's it? Okay. Because your light meter should be coming up, right?
Yeah, I can see it. Oh, it was almost there. Right there.
Right there?
Almost. A little more. It's really close. Hold on.
How's that?
It's there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know what I want to do? I want to experiment. So let's take a picture
Okay.
of the entire cube. Let's take it from your
Okay. The paper foam's gonna come out though.
No, I know. So I'm just gonna leave it there just so that we have a
Reference.
yeah.
I need to turn my timer off. So
Oh, okay. No, it's okay. All right. So we got this, but what I want to do before you move your camera, I want to try to use the silver reflector. Let's see if we get. I know it's more intense. Whoa.
That's really.
So what I'm gonna try to do is fill it in. The thing that I like about this is that this also allows us to how's that? So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take another reading, and let's see if we can get to the same place and actually be able to take a photograph of the cube. What I've done is I've moved back to see if.
So take it back to 250th, right?
Yeah, we want to be at 250. We want to be at that same spot.
A little bit closer.
How's that?
That's perfect.
That's right where we want it? All right, so now you take the photograph. So what we were able to do, everybody, is we were able to use the silver reflector, and I'm about 4 feet from the cube. And so this gives us a lot more. The beautiful thing about this is that this allows us to stay out of the way. And so we can make a clean photograph of the cube, okay? So that way we didn't disturb the scene. All right, so cool. So what do we need to go up to next? What's our next ratio? Oh, well, you need to write down your, so we're still at 1/350th of a second at f8 on our key side.
Yes.
So that's our key light, so you need to write those down.
Okay.
and then your 1-to-1, I mean your 2-to-1 ratio is going to be 1/250th of a second at f8 at 100, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So like I said, everybody, one of the things that I encourage us to do is to stay on aperture and only change your shutter speed. Keep everything the same, and I think it works out well. So our next one, we just did 2-to-1. So what's our next one?
Oh, we did 2-to-1?
Is that what yeah, that's the one we
Okay.
just did. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's okay. Because that, well, yeah, because it was a 2-stop difference, right?
Yeah. Okay. And then, so which one are we doing now?
So now we want to do, well, what's the one from the bottom? Because we just did, oh, no, you were right. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry, y'all. We just did the 3-stop difference.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, you were right. So we just did a 3-stop difference. And that was, is it 3 stops between 3/50th of a second and 2/50th of a second? You can check on your camera. So just do how many clicks is it?
It's like a half stop difference, right? Because we were at 3.5, so we had to bring it down to 3.
Yeah. So what did I do? What is wrong with my math?
Want to pause that for a second?
All right, everybody. So I was a little confused because what we wanted to do was we wanted to start off with our closer ratios first. So what we did was because they were so close, we had, using this reflector, we got up to like 1/250th of a second, and that was only a half-stop difference from the key side. So what we did was we used the silver side to get to achieve 1-to-1, and that's where we're taking a, well, we've already taken that photograph, right?
Mm-hmm.
You okay?
It's gonna be, my key light is 3/50th of a second, and then to get that fill, it was 1/25th, and
Yeah.
then the settings were ADA at ISO 100.
Yeah, but you said that your last reading, right? We were trying to do 1-to-1, right? So your 1-to-1 should be the same. So did we get to that? We got 350th on both sides?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So 1-to-1. So this is 1-to-1 lighting. One of the things, yeah, well, oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. One of the things that we want to make note of, you all, is that even though I'm filling in light on the light side, there's still a shadow. And this is one of the things that you run into when you're using hard light. You can't stop the shadow from appearing many times, but you can fill in that side. So that's just, this is kind of a look that you should, consider when we're actually working, even with the most intense light, because this reflector is almost a mirror image, mirroring the intensity of the sun. So, all right, so now we're gonna move our way down, and we want to be on 2-to-1, right? So we want to be 1 stop below. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna back up. Well, actually, I'm gonna take a little chance, and we'll see. Well, actually, I can turn this around. I'm gonna use this, and let's see if we can go to 2-to-1. So we're gonna take another reading. And let me move this. I'm gonna move it just so that people can see. You should be able to see kind of like a little bit of flicker. I don't know if let's see. How's that?
It's at 180.
180. So how many clicks down is that from 350th? We want to be
It's 1 full stop because I have half stops.
1 full stops? Okay, cool. So that was four clicks? Because 4 clicks from 350th would be 2 stops.
Okay, so.
I mean, no, I'm sorry. It would be 2 clicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So I'm at 180.
Okay, awesome. So we've achieved it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we can take a picture and then record our findings. Record our settings. This is so scientific, you all. So the other thing that you need to be aware of is that when you put these into the computer and when you kind of make your presentation or write them in, you just need to make sure that you understand that your camera settings. So you need to pay attention to your metadata. That's all. Like in Lightroom. Was that a clean shot? Did we get that without the
It's at the edge, but I can crop it.
Okay. I mean, I could, man, maybe. I don't know. There we go. How's it? Is it still in there?
A little bit. Unless I move my camera.
Oh, okay. No, it's okay.
I'll take one more just to be safe.
Let's see. Oh, I know I lost my thing. Stop. So we just did 2 to 1, and so you just have to remember that because we don't have a light meter, you've got to make sure that you take it off of the camera, off of the tripod to get your settings, and then from there you will then you'll put it back on the tripod after you take your reading. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me see. How's that?
So now I want to be right in the middle, right?
Yeah. Well, no. You don't. You mean in the middle of the? No, it's gonna be the same. Well, hold on. Oh, you're making a good point. Yeah. Right in the middle. Middle grade would be great. Yeah, because we already have 130, 350th. So if it's 2 stops, then that's what we're doing, right? 1 to 4. Yeah. 2 stops under.
2. So I need less light.
Less light.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can take a step back. How's that? More? I mean, less light?
I need less light. I'm almost there.
How much time? I mean, how much are we off?
Let's see. It looks like we're about 350. 2. It's showing that I'm like a half stop off.
Half stop? All right, I'm gonna take like one more little nudge.
There it is.
Right there?
Right there.
All right, awesome.
And
And that's right in the middle?
yeah.
Okay, awesome.
And
Middle
that's
grade.
90.
Okay, yep. Tori's killing the game. She understands like she's flying.
But everything else is super overexposed.
Yeah, no, well, that's true too. I see what you're saying.
Like I can still see the key, but it's overexposed. Is that okay?
Well, I see what you're saying. So let's try to stay at the issue was that well, hold on. No, but so just go back to 350th of a second.
Okay.
Record what your reading was on that side, because the separation is still going to remain the same, right? Like the shadow side is still going to have the same reading. It's just the fact that we're exposing for the highlight side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
So think about it. The shadow side is still going to be underexposed because it is a shadow side.
Yes.
We just want to control
Okay.
the amount of light that we're putting in it, but we want to expose for the highlights.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because our exposure is on the white side. So like when we go to 1 to 1, we won't have to change it because the light side will be 350th of a second. You see what I mean? So we don't have to change it. We just want our reading in the shadow to be a specific place, and we've already achieved that. So now we want to we want to take the picture as we want the ratio to be.
Okay. Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
To see how it's really exposed?
Yeah. So then just go to 1/350th of a second, and
Okay.
then I will go back into the shadows,
Okay.
and we want that to be at what is it? 3 stops? Is that what we were doing? Okay.
We were doing. Yeah. We're doing 2 stops actually.
Yeah. So 2 stops. We want this to be under there.
Okay.
So to be thorough, let's make sure that we get back to there. Let's measure again because I just moved.
Okay.
Oh.
And do I want it to stay at 3/50ths of a second or start moving down?
Well, no. So yeah. So you right now you want yours to be at the
90.
yeah 90,
Okay.
1/90th of a second.
Right now I have too much light. I'm one stop above.
Okay. How's it?
I'm like a half stop over.
Okay, let me see. All right, so what we did from where I am, you see my white reflector. We got a reading of 1/90th of a second, which puts us at middle gray in the shadows. And then our key is still 1/350th of a second. So what we did was after we measured on our camera meter, we went back up to 1/350th of a second in order to expose for our key light side. Cool, and we got it.
And then it's still, now it's in the middle. It's getting higher. I need it to be lower, right?
Okay. Is that still too much?
Yeah. And I'm there.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
It's 45.
okay, and I'm largely not
Yeah.
reflecting any light. So it seems that like since we began, the light on the shadow side kind of started to be filled in. So as it stands right now, we're actually 3 stops between the key light and the shadow side. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'm gonna put this video up, but again, just to kind of repeat what we did, we're using a silver and then the white side on the reflector. We set up right here, and because we didn't have a light meter, we were using the reflective meter in our cameras. And so we were measuring this side, the light side, and then using the shadow side as well. And so to make sure that those ratios were where we wanted them to be. If you haven't looked at the sheet, then understand that the sheet actually tells you how many stops are between each ratio. So 1-to-1, 2-to-1, 3-to-1, and 4-to-1. So these were Tori's findings, and we felt pretty good, I think, about them. So cool. If you have any questions, let us know, and good luck, and I'm available if you need me.